Yeah, miles of insights.
Oh my gosh, I've been patiently waiting for this section. Okay, so on Miles of Insight today, I wanted to go over my favourite muscle group. Okay, so anyone that knows me knows straight away when I say my favourite muscle group, they'll be like, oh, they know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm going to give the listeners a little bit of a chance to answer this question. So when you're listening along, I want you to think about your lower limbs, so your leggies, and out of all your muscles that you can see, okay, you want to have a guess which one has the greatest physiological cross-sectional area. So what I mean by that is the muscle fibers that will run parallel. If you were to line them all up, which one has the biggest area? Now, I'm not going to ask you, Rochelle, because I know that you know the answer.
I know the answer. Just being in the gym with you, I think I know the answer. So I'll let you answer it.
But it is actually your soleus muscle, okay? So for anyone listening, we have our calves are predominantly made up of two muscles. So we got gastroc, which I call the big sexy, all right? So
the one that most people see.
That you see. I don't know. People look at it and go, ooh, sexy, like I do. That's
you got nice calves over there.
Bit weird. Yeah, some people have
baby calves.
Yeah, some people have foot fetishes. I've got calf fetish. Not really, but maybe. And then, so that's our bigger one, okay? That's a lot more fast twitch muscle fibers. Yeah. That's really important if you were a sprinter. Then underneath that, we have the soleus, okay? And that's the one that we are talking about. And I call the soleus slow twitch rich, all right? So,
slow twitch rich.
That is a tongue twister. It really is. Say it 10 times fast. Go.
Slow twitch. Nah.
But it is slow twitch rich, meaning obviously it has like an abundance of slow twitch muscle fibers. So when it comes to long distance running, that is our key. All right. Then both of those muscles come and they have the same tendon of insertion, which is our Achilles tendon. Yeah. So the reason that I'm emphasizing calves, and the point of my little miles of insight today, is just to say, runners, don't neglect your calves. A lot of people, when they think about strength training or rehab, they focus so much on the glutes because they tend to be like the bigger muscle group that we think about. Yeah. And of course they're important. I'll do my own little section on those one day. Yeah. But today is about the calves. So that Achilles tendon in itself returns 90% of the mechanical energy when we run. Yeah. In fact, our Achilles tendon in itself does 35% or up to 35% of the total work of running.
Wow.
Okay. And that doesn't actually come from any muscle contractions. That's just the tendon taking that elastic energy when we run and expending it again. So when you think about really how big the soleus muscle is, how strong the Achilles tendon is, like that is a fundamental part of running. Yeah. It propels our body forwards when we run, when we're pushing off, obviously. And without that strength through the Achilles tendon and the calves, you can kind of think of like, I used to use an elastic band analogy, which I still really like, but I thought of this one the other day when I was coming up with my insights, because this is what I do in my spare time. So if you think about if you strengthen your calves and your Achilles tendon, okay, so the point of running is to like move forward in the most economical and efficient motion and as fast as possible, right? Imagine, you know, the little mini trampolines that you probably jumped on when you were a kid. Yes. Okay. Imagine that when you were running, you could only jump on these mini trampolines, all right? So you got one on one leg, one on the other leg, and you're going like one left, one right, and you're having to move forwards. All right. Would you pick, okay, if you had to go from one to another, an old flimsy one that, like, you know, those real old trampolines used to stand on your foot pretty much and just go straight to the ground? Yes. Or a brand new one?
Of course, a brand new one.
Obviously, right? Now, you don't want vertical oscillation, so you don't want your head to go like up and bounce up towards the ceiling. It's about moving forwards. But of course, you're going to pick that. So when people say, well, obviously, and I'm like, well, then obviously strengthen your Achilles tendon because that's what that does. Yes. But so many people neglect it. So the last little thing in my little miles of insight that I wanted to tell everybody, you see how excited I'm getting, is that you do need to load your Achilles tendon up in loads that are bigger than running, okay? Yes. Because you need to load your calves and Achilles and your Achilles in a way that is actually going to make changes that are going to translate over to your running. So first thing is that takes time. Okay, so you need to be patient with this kind of loading. It takes time. And then the second thing is you do need to load it up enough. So you want to have a combination of some heavy load stuff and some muscular endurance stuff as well. And as your body can tolerate, a little bit of plyometrics in there too.
That was a question. I was going to say, so plyometrics
definitely plays a role.
Can I ask 100%. A question or ask you something?
Yes.
hundreds of videos and reels on Instagram about people doing plyometrics to help running and telling people to do these to help their running. But if you were to just all of a sudden go off and think, right, I'm going to do those plyometrics that influencer said, you can't because you haven't done the base work first. Is that right?
Yes. Well, you can, but small doses.
Okay.
So many people think, plyometrics, so go like straight into box jumps, but they'll do too much too often, and then they end up with Achilles tendinopathy. Like the most frustrating thing, because you've done them to avoid Achilles tendinopathy and to run fast. You get it. And then you get it from doing it. So people are like, I hate plyos. I'm like, no, you just did it wrong.
Yeah.
So I would say to people, start off with literally like 4 sets of 10 seconds on, 50 seconds off.
Yeah.
And do that even 2, maximum 3 times a week on your running days.
Yeah.
So you don't actually want to fill your non-running days with them, because then you're just going to load up excessively on your non-running days.
Yeah.
So you want to do them on your running days. So it's just about, you can do them, but there's some really good studies that show that some drop jumps can significantly improve running economies. People go, oh my goodness, amazing, they do it straight away. So just build into it. Just build into it, because they are a lot of load. And complement that with maximal strength training, or do your maximal strength training first, build up the foundations, then introduce your plyos, which is exactly how we would manage Achilles tendinopathy. So do that in your running management overall.
And a drop jump, it's not off a coffee table.
No. Well, if that's all you got, no. Lower depth.
Excuse me. Perfect. Cool. Awesome. I really love that segment. That was great.
Thank you.
I have so many more questions, and we could probably continue to talk about that, but I feel like that's a whole nother episode.